Just close your eyes. Know the peace within.
The eternal, absolute truth about yourself remains unknown to you. Just now, you are the eternal, the absolute, the only truth. But the secret about your absolute truth remains unknown to you. You remain totally ignorant throughout this waking state, accepting yourself to be a form with fixed label. So you are unable to know the absolute truth about yourself. You know about your presence only because of consciousness. Just now you are conscious of yourself. You know the stillness within. You know the peace within. How? Only by stabilizing inwardly. Without stabilizing inwardly, you are unable to know the consciousness within. So the very factor through which you come to know that you are is your I amness consciousness. At present, unless you go inward and stabilize inward, the basic fact about yourself remains unknown to you. Only by stabilizing inwardly, your consciousness wakes up totally and knows its deathless, eternal state beyond duality. Though you are beyond duality, the non-dual observer, now you come to know that you are only in duality. So you accept this duality to be real, though it is not so. You are continuously deceived by every form happening, every object happening, every movement of the objects, and every functioning of the objects within space to be real, to be real. As you are totally stuck at the duality level within space, unless you close your eyes and know the stillness within, There's no possibility for you to know that you are only consciousness. The first step towards knowing your absolute truth is to know that you are consciousness at present. Without knowing that you are only consciousness at present, you cannot wake up totally, as this wakefulness is beyond duality. Just now, when your eyes are closed and you know the stillness within, this stillness is beyond duality because there's no movement. The non-dual truth about yourself begins here. But you never settle here. Seldom you settle, only for a few minutes or so. Again you fall back to the duality show. The more you love yourself, the more you value yourself, the more you will be abiding in this stillness. It is ever here. Only thing is you are not abiding here constantly. To that extent, you are trapped constantly by the duality show during the waking state. You never know that you are consciousness, so you accept the form to be yourself, and whatever perceived within space to be separate from yourself, and you accept every concept, including birth and death, to be real, not knowing that you are ever present here. You are neither born nor can you die. By not knowing your eternity, you remain totally ignorant at the form level identification within duality. Your consciousness is universal, unlimited. It has got no boundary. It is infinite just now. To know the infinity only, now you are made to close your eyes. Now you don't find any object within. You know the stillness within, and you don't find any object because the stillness is the beginning of your consciousness, and it is the subject of your consciousness. Your consciousness is unmoving, unchanging, and ever present. But it never knows the secret about itself. as it is not loving itself, not valuing itself. The moment your consciousness loves itself, starts valuing itself, it automatically closes the eyes, goes inward, and stabilizes constantly, and starts knowing the joy also along with peace. Through peace and joy, your consciousness wakes up. In this wakeful journey, your consciousness is no more ignorant about itself. It starts knowing the unmoving, the unchanging potential within, and remains utterly relaxed within. By remaining utterly relaxed, it is already one with the source of consciousness. Your consciousness is never separate from the source. This also your consciousness never knows. At the form level identity, by stabilizing inwardly beyond words, your consciousness starts merging totally into the source of awareness and starts knowing its wholeness beyond divisions, beyond duality. My question is, how you are unable to know that you are only consciousness, and how you fail to go inward, how you refuse to abide in stillness, how you are not valuing yourself, because you do not know that only out of your consciousness every object is happening, every form is happening, entire galaxies, cosmos, universes are happening just now. You do not know the immense potential of your consciousness, without which there's nothing here. You never know that out of your consciousness only the world happens just now. Out of your consciousness only, not only your form, all forms happen just now. You remain totally ignorant about yourself. So you do not even know that there is a state which prevails prior to consciousness, the source of consciousness, the non-dual absolute state, which you are already. By not knowing the supreme truth about yourself, You appear to struggle and suffer within duality, though it is not so. Even now, you do not know that the world happens only out of your I amness consciousness. But for you, there's no world. This sentence looks simple, but it contains the immeasurable truth about yourself. Why not you pay attention on yourself and imbibe my teachings sincerely with more devotion to yourself so that you can remain conscious of yourself constantly and get to know about your absolute truth, which is ever here. Unnecessarily, you are troubling yourself by accepting the duality to be real, because you are yet to know the non-dual in you. I am now introducing you to yourself. Whatever perceived as objects are nothing but the reflections of light within. The light is beyond space, and only its expressions are within space. As you are yet to know the light within, continuously you are accepting the form level duality show to be real, to be real. That's why you are made to close your eyes now so that you can free yourself from the duality show and start knowing the non-dual stillness in you. First, respect yourself. The moment you start respecting yourself, you will be with yourself. Once you are with yourself, you don't require anything more than that. You have given an opportunity to know yourself in this duality, but you stuck at the duality level itself, as you are yet to know the non-dual supreme truth about yourself. I am introducing the non-dual truth within you just now, which you are already just now. Initially, you need to close your eyes and be with yourself as much as possible. And you are never separate from the truth. You are already the truth. Once your eyes are open, you are only perceiving the object. You are only perceiving the form level show. Why you get trapped frequently? Because you are yet to know the observer in you. You never know that you only observe, and in your observation everything appears, moves and disappears too. Just now you observe the stillness within you. You are prior to stillness, you are beyond stillness, you are more than stillness. That's why you are able to know the stillness within you. Through constant observation without words, You start observing the light within, and you will get to know that every object is happening only out of the light. And furthermore, you will get to know that you are not the form, and you are more than the form. You will know that death does not exist. By stabilizing in this non-dual state only, you will know the supreme secret about yourself. But you never stabilize inwardly. I am telling the exact fact about yourself straight from the source. Why? Because I know what you are. I know that none of your sufferings are real. I know your absolute nectar state just now. And you are yet to know. All that needed is only a wakefulness from the duality show. How to remain wakeful? Wakefulness is not a word, it is beyond words. The more you value yourself, the more you stay beyond words. Words are not you, you are only utilizing the words. Words are only for convenient communication, it is not you. Once you stabilize inwardly, you know when to use words and how to use words consciously. The lesser the words, the more the peace. You will not get trapped again and again once you stay beyond words. I am here only to wake up your consciousness and make your consciousness know its supreme richness just now. I cannot use more words, but here I am using words only to indicate the truth within you, which remains unknown and unnoticed by you, as you are totally ignorant about yourself. You contain the nectar state within you, and you remain in that eternal state just now. The more and more you stabilize inwardly, you remain free from the duality show. The more you settle inwardly, the outward movements or functionings or happenings cannot affect you. But you never stabilize inwardly. So each and every movement of the duality show affects you much. How can a movie which is happening spontaneously on a screen affect you but for your identification? Similarly here, unknowingly you get identified by every happening within space to be real. So continuously you remain affected. Though there is no reality, in whatever perceived so far. Why you get disturbed? Why you get depressed? Why you get frustrated for a show which is not real? Because you remain totally ignorant about yourself. Ask yourself whether you value yourself or not. You'll get the answer. Why you are missing your supreme truth in spite of being at it just now. All these words are coming out of compassion because you are myself. I know what you are, and you are yet to know what you are. And I am giving you all the tips and all the steps to remain wakeful, to be conscious, to be with yourself, and to explore the ultimate truth within you. Why not you settle down at this stillness and observe the duality show silently and use words only when it is essential. Here there are no persons. Every form is by your consciousness only, and your consciousness is not 5 foot or 6 foot length. By accepting yourself to be a person, you accept that you are a tiny form. It is not so. Your consciousness means universal, infinite consciousness. Out of infinite consciousness, everything is happening just now. All forms are created just now by the light of consciousness. Every form is only a conscious form. Every form is enriched with love and peace and joy. You will come to know the unexplainable richness about yourself once you stabilize inwardly. Never miss yourself. You contain everything within just now. You cannot miss anything as you already contain it. Only thing is, you are not being with yourself. Take my words deeply. It helps you to be with yourself and to explore the ultimate truth about yourself. Do not waste time unnecessarily within duality. Attend your work sincerely. At the same time, abide inwardly, settle in stillness, and know the peace constantly, and observe silently. Spontaneously, you will get to know what you are. Your wakefulness begins through stillness. Why not you remain wakeful constantly? Because it is within very much easily available to you. Because you ignore yourself constantly, So you fail to remain wakeful by not valuing yourself. You may listen to my teachings and ignore also my teachings. When you receive the teachings totally, you are benefited to wake up totally. When you ignore the teachings, continuously you are trapped by the duality show. I tell you that you never die. These words are coming straight from the source. If you receive it silently, you will know the exact meaning of it. You are ever present here, how can you die? And you are never born, how can you die? My teachings may look new to you because you are continuously moving fast at the duality dream level show, and my teachings are only to wake you up from the existing dream level show. A dream is within space, but the observer is prior to space. Every object is appearing within space, but the source of all object is beyond space. Every movement is within space, but the source of the movement is beyond space. Every form is within space, but the source of all form is beyond space, prior to space. You are continuously deceived at the movement level, form level, object level, dream show of the duality. As you are yet to transcend the duality, yet to abide in the stillness beyond duality, and to observe silently prior to duality. Why not you observe silently through stillness as you are now, even with eyes open, and respond only to the need of the moment, so that you can value yourself constantly within, so that you cannot miss yourself. Because you contain the truth already. You can't miss it. You have it, but you refuse to know it because you never value yourself. You are searching the truth within the object level duality show, but the truth is prior to duality, just now. So I am taking you inwardly and making you aware of your unmoving, unchanging, ever-present reality, just now. Because I am the source of consciousness, I know what this consciousness is. I know the seeds of consciousness, and I know the play by consciousness, and I know there's no reality within duality. But you are yet to know, you are yet to wake up. How can you wake up? By roaming within duality, by accepting everything to be real. Because you fail to know the reality within you. Do not know what reality is. You cannot talk about the reality. It is beyond words. Just now you are that. You will know it by stabilizing inwardly, by loving yourself beyond words, by valuing yourself beyond words. By knowing the stillness within beyond words, your consciousness wakes up totally and knows its deathless, eternal, absolute truth about itself. I am helping you to be with yourself because I know what yourself is. I am just helping yourself to know its eternal truth, which remains unknown so far. By abiding in stillness constantly, you start knowing the wakefulness through constant peacefulness. Value yourself beyond words and know the eternal, unborn, supreme, absolute truth about yourself, that you are already that. My whole teaching is only to make you aware of your supreme eternity forever. Be with me beyond words and know